Y'all, there's something really, really strange happening in the speaking and consulting industry. And I don't know if y'all have seen it, but I want to share it with y'all today. So, today we're talking about the top reasons that you probably aren't getting selected as a speaker and consultant. And I'm Evolve Benton, the Speaking for Profit strategist. I have a company called Speaking for Profit University, where I help speakers like you get on stages and consult, facilitate, corporate train in boardrooms around the world. And I'm also a speaker and consultant myself, and I've been doing this over 15 years. So I wanted to share that with you because oftentimes y'all will leave if y'all don't have any credibility. But let's talk about the topic. What am I currently seeing in the speaking industry that is quite challenging? There have been amazing people in the world who have told you if you have a message, you can get paid for it. And they're not wrong. But the one thing that I think is happening currently in our field is that people are having unrealistic expectations and a lack of work ethic. Write that down. Unrealistic expectations of work ethic. Unrealistic expectations and a lack of work ethic. We cannot expect that we, as speakers and consultants, are going to get paid top value and show up to stages unprepared. Show up to companies who have decided to pay us hundreds of thousands of dollars unprepared. And that we are not going to actually build a reputation of showing unprepared. So, the one thing that I'm seeing from several speakers and consultants is the fact that you think this is a get rich quick scheme. This is not a scheme. This is not a scam. And this is not a new industry. Speaking and consulting has been around for ages, and people have been getting paid to do this and to use their voice as an instrument for ages. So, you, newbie, are not going to get over by not doing the hard work and labor it takes to get there. So, what does it look like to show up prepared, well practiced, an understanding of the outcomes that the actual organization wants you to have, asking questions, being willing to pivot if things change, and showing up as a professional, not on time, but early, having your slides together, being prepared for in depth questions that may come up during your presentation. But you cannot show up half assed and expect full profit. So there's something strange in the waters. There's something really strange in the waters for speakers and consultants that I am currently seeing. The other thing I get is that a lot of people come to me and they say, Evolve, you know what? I want to speak, I want to consult, but I don't want to do the work. I want to hire an agent to do my outreach. I want a speakers bureau to do my outreach. Evolve, do you do it for you? And the truth is, there are people who do this, but they charge. And if I was going to do it, I would charge you a lot as well. Because the truth is this, y'all. Think about this. While I'm busy marketing you as a speaker, I am missing out on some of the biggest opportunities I can have in my life because I got a vessel and a story to share as well. So no one is going to pitch you, do outreach for you like you, boo. No one is going to share with the world your amazing talent like you, boo. No one is going to promote you like you. So I want us to stop wanting the credit, wanting the paycheck, but not wanting to do the labor that is required to be a professional speaker. What are three things that all professional speakers end up doing? Now, do they eventually hire someone who may support with this? Yes. But the majority of you who are coming to me or other speakers, coaches, and saying you want to do it for you have not even built the credibility to really be able to leverage an agent or be able to leverage a speakers bureau in the ways that you want to. You got to build the credibility first so that people want you. So why not do it yourself? So we got to do outreach. Write that down. Outreach. And if you're watching this, let me know where you're watching from. I just decided to go live, y'all. This was not even scheduled. It was just something on my heart. Y'all ever run into something that just comes on your spirit? It just comes on your spirit. I gotta talk today to people. I gotta talk to these speakers today because I want to see y'all win. I want to see y'all at events with me. I want to see us traveling the world. But we gotta stop being lazy. So, top three things you got to do. You got to do outreach. You have got to do outreach. You have got to go and send an email to an organization and say, hey, I might be the person for your event. You got to have a little humility. You got to say, hey, I should be speaking at your conference. Let me submit a proposal for a workshop. You got to say, hey, I see that your event happens once a year. I would love to be the next speaker. You got to do the outreach. It's not always going to come to you. You got to do it yourself. And the truth is, I want us to sit with this. Is your message powerful enough to push you to do the work? Do you know that your message is so powerful that it will change the world? Are you sitting on a blessing that can actually change people's lives and deciding not to do outreach because you don't feel like it, because you fear rejection, because you don't want somebody to say no? People gonna always say no, but if you don't give them an opportunity to say yes, you will not receive that blessing. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Today's Juneteenth. Today is Juneteenth. This is a day that people talk about so much. But you know what's so beautiful about Juneteenth, particularly for Black folks? It's freedom. Not just the history of freedom, but the reminder of the path, the labor, the ancestry that goes into freedom. We have so much agency and freedom right now. We have technology where we can reach out to people on platforms, have conversations, exchange invoices, exchange ideas, and make money. We have so much freedom. But instead of doing that and doing your outreach and committing, you want to be lazy. You want to make excuses. You want to hire everyone but yourself. And that's just not going to work. So, number one thing is we got to do outreach. Number two, we have to be responsible for the outcomes of our opportunities. So, you might do a speaking opportunity and you get some feedback that it could be better. You get some feedback that the title didn't match the actual outcomes of the speech. You get some feedback that it was the best thing in the world. Document, get better, and share. Document, get better, and share. No matter if you're getting someone that's praising you for hitting the shades or someone who's saying, you know what, I wish it was a little bit better. Document it. Make it better and share. Share with people. I just hit a stage and I learned this. I just hit the stage and I got this information from the crowd. I just trained this community. And this is some of the feedback that came back from that because people want to see you in the work. People don't believe you if they don't see you. You ever been out in the world and your friends took a picture and they said, if we don't take a picture, it didn't happen. That's the world we're living in right now. And the third thing that you always have to do is have integrity with your word. I'm blessed, y'all. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful. I often get extremely emotional when I think about my blessings because they're things that I never even dreamed of, you know? And sometimes when you're in the moments of discomfort, sometimes when you're in the moments of depression, you're in the moments of the darkness, you can't see the light. You can't see the blessings. You can't see why the delay is happening. And then something beautiful happens and you realize why divine timing is always on time. So I say that because a lot of us know how to make money. That's not the issue. But scamming and not having integrity is not good karma. It's just not. So if you don't believe in your speech, don't try to sell it. If you don't believe in your framework for your corporate training, don't try to sell it. There's too many tools, there's too many coaches, there's too many places that you can utilize to become better so that you feel the confidence behind it. I want you to feel that confidence behind what you put out. So don't be afraid to take a moment, to take a step back, to actually have integrity in what you're selling and what you're doing. It's so important. Being in Atlanta, I get the opportunity to be around so many business owners, different levels, from people doing stuff online to brick and mortar to real estate. And what I started to call it is scam ATL. And I really was sitting with that because y'all, there's some scams out here. I remember when I first moved here, someone told me, they said, you know what, be careful, they be scamming. And I thought, I keep my head on a swivel. I'm from Los Angeles. I've seen all the scams, but no, there's some gifted folks out here. But I say that to say there's also some folks that I've ran into that lack leadership and are very passive aggressive. And what I want you all to know that is that doesn't work in this business. Reputation does. So be a better leader. Take some leadership classes. There's plenty of leadership coaches. And I'm going to tell you 2 or 3 things. 3 might come. So I'm going to just say 2 or 3 because I'm on right now. That to me makes a great leader. One, you got to be able to say when you're wrong. I'm navigating the world in so many different spaces, not just here in Atlanta, in the United States, running into business owners, running into businesses that are clearly making mistakes, errors, and they will not apologize. I get it. Maybe the customer isn't always right. Maybe your AI agent is what's always right now, but the sentiment still exists. I apologize for that error. I apologize for that mistake. Don't be passive. Unforeseen circumstances happen, so I didn't get my shit done. No! Apologize. It goes a long way. And that takes a leader to actually take accountability. The other thing I see where people lack leadership is blaming their team. I think some of y'all just hired a team so that you don't have to take responsibility. A boundary around you so that you can walk around when your business fails and act like it was all their fault. But you know whose cash flow is going to be low? You know who bills ain't going to be paid? You know who family going to be unhappy? Yours. So you can't hide behind your team forever. And that don't make a good leader just blaming your team. Because you know what? If your team ain't functioning well, it's because of you. And this is why I tell you I don't rush to hire people to fix problems that you can't even solve. If you can't solve it, boo, it's going to be hard to hold someone else accountable to be able to do that. And the third thing that I see when it comes to leaders is really a lack of awareness around what it truly means to lead. Not just when you're winning, but leading when you're failing, leading when you're depressed, leading when you're going through a breakup, leading when you're going through grief, leading when you're going through new life coming into your life, people becoming parents. Leadership doesn't change because the environment does. You still got to lead, fam. But everybody wants the leadership in the microphone and being the CEO and the founder. Everybody want that when things are going well. And they disappear as soon as things are not. So we have got to be better leaders. When I first started speaking for profit, one of my goals was to infiltrate the speaking industry with as many diverse voices as possible because I've seen gaps and I still see them. The people who are the highest paid are often not the most talented. The people who are the highest paid are often not the most competent. But what I will say, after being in this field for over a decade, is the people who are the highest paid are the most consistent. They doing their outreach. They sending emails on the holiday right now. Not saying that this is about grind culture, because y'all know me. I'm all about making money with ease. I don't want you to overwork yourself, boo. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you can't continue to do half-ass work and expect full-ass profit. You just can't. So you got to make a decision. What's your heart? What's your heart? What are you willing to do to secure the bag? What is your heart and what are you willing to do? Because none of it's easy. Online coaching, creating courses, starting a community, speaking for profit, starting a podcast, buying a property. None of it's easy. It all requires a new learning curve and for you to do something you didn't do yesterday. I wanted to share this with y'all today because when I did start this company, one thing I said was that I would not run it forever. And the reason I knew that is I knew that it was a blessing and I knew that it would be something that would eventually evolve into something else. And daily, I find that pull for something else coming more and more to manifestation. So this isn't a I'm quitting video. Don't worry. I'm still here. I'm still the speaking for profit strategist. I still have plans to grow our amazing community. We just hit 400 and something members to maybe 400,000 members. But what I will say is my access is changing because it is time for me to show you better than I can tell you. And one of the things that I want to be able to do in the next 5 to 10 years is not only help speakers like you become multimillionaires, but help myself do it as well. So you probably seen things have shifted a little bit for me. I'm doing a cohort in the fall. I did one earlier this year. We'll do a couple of cohorts a year. We're doing a pitch competition right now, which I'm really excited for. In the Profitable Speaker Circle, would love for you to join. Of course, we're going to always do YouTube videos and education, but there's a lot less access to me. And slowly but surely, that will continue to decrease because I want to increase the accessibility to other things in my life that will be beautiful. So I say that to say to you, as we move into the next half of this year, if you know for a fact you don't have an outreach system, you're showing up smaller than you could, you have a message that you know can change the world, I don't want you sitting over there and saying, I'll just jump in Evolve's next cohort because that might not exist. I got to be honest with you. My life is shifting and changing so much that I can't guarantee that. What I can guarantee is I got one more cohort I'm doing this year, and that I will continue to run this business for the next few years. But the way I run it and the access to me is going to change because it has to. Because there's so many blessings, y'all, so many blessings coming through that I've got to have the hands to hold them. And I can't let them slip through because I'm trying to hold your hand because you don't want to do your work. So if you know for sure that you need support, I want you to do one thing. I want you to join the Profitable Speaker Circle. You'll see the link in the description. That's the quickest way to get access to me and what I'm about. And if you're in the circle and you like, you know what, Evolve, this is cool, but I need direct support. I want to set up my own outreach system. I want to start reaching out to people today. I don't know how to do that. Then we can get on a one-on-one call and see what I can support you with. That might be a VIP day. That might be you being in the cohort. That might be some one-on-one coaching that we can do it for a few months. I've got a lot of opportunities to work with me right now, but that will change. So what we're talking about is the present. If you see in this video and it's saying a year from now, right? Go check on me. I'm probably doing something a little different. Speaking and consulting is a blessing. Using your voice to implement change is a blessing. Having a voice that actually works in the ways that you want it to is a blessing. Don't take it for granted, and don't let people take you for granted. You deserve to get paid to speak. You deserve to make money with ease. You deserve to be put up in first class and treated to the best restaurants and put up at the best hotel to go and share your message or framework with the organization. You deserve, but you got to put in the work. You gotta. There's no way around it. There's no shortcuts. There's no apps. There's no AI. All of it can make the process more easeful and sometimes a little quicker, but it's still labor. But instead of being resentful that you have to do work, instead of being afraid of rejection, fall in love with the process. Because, like I said, it's a blessing. It is a blessing. And I am so thankful for the opportunities. I want to thank y'all who watching now, who watching over the weekend, who watching a year from now, for using your most valuable resource with me, which is your time. You don't owe me that, but you gave it to me, and I appreciate it, and I'm thankful for it. I'm Evolve Benton, the Speaking for Profit strategist. Check us out, speakingforprofit, the number 4.com, or you can head over to our school community, the Profitable Speaker Circle. We would love to be able to support you. Click the link in the description, and I hope this motivates you to use your blessing to bless your family, to bless your friends, and to bless your pockets. All right, y'all. Happy Juneteenth. Peace.